Hello. There's a lot of myths about EVs, and one of them is driving in the snow. I saw one anti YouTuber say he was laughing his socks off because there were lots of EVs stuck in the snow. Well, it's really no different. In fact, there's on the Tesla, there is a snow setting that stops the tyres from slipping, bearing in mind that the tyres we have on 99% of cars on the roads in the UK are for normal driving, and you don't need the ones with huge treads as they do in Canada. Hi folks, my name's Nigel. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you can subscribe, it's absolutely free, and a like would be great. That's if you did. But the anti-slipping on the Tesla, I suspect other cars have got it as well, some of them, maybe not the cheaper ones. And after years of scraping windows, no, not so much years, decades, it's a delight from indoors to set the cabin temperature and to come out to the car 10 minutes later and all the ice on all the windows is cleared. And so much nicer than having to scrape a window, and even worse, actually start the diesel petrol car up only to find 5 minutes later you're just surrounded in toxic fumes. It's quite a delight. But yeah, the UK driving, we don't have the extremes of Canada. There are a lot of Teslas in Canada, and as there are a lot of Teslas and electric vehicles in the UK. Some of the comments I get are great, and I like the educated comments that we do get when I frequently don't always have as much information as I should. I don't think it's necessarily wrong, although I can make mistakes where people go into a bit of detail, like wind turbines. One person, of course, said they can't be recycled, the early ones, but another said they can all be recycled now. It's just the will to do it. So I'm very lucky in having some very, very smart viewers, which is great. I don't have many. I'm not getting the 50, 60,000 views, and sometimes lately I've been lucky to get 1,000. But that's okay. And sometimes I think, oh, I won't bother anymore. But the comments are so good from the majority that I want to keep on going with the channel. So yeah, we've had a few bits of snow recently, and so I thought I'd get out and film a bit. As you can see, there's I think we're at the end of it now, I hope so, but it's been a couple of very snowy days, but driving the car is just the same as any other car, and my channel just reports on what it's like to drive an electric vehicle, a Tesla Model 3. I sometimes get involved in a few other things if I see lies being told, and like to correct people in the comments. If you have a comment, please leave one. I would very much welcome it. I hope you can comment down below. Just going to the local shop now, reversing in. So here we go. Wonder if they're open because it's so snowy. Obviously you get less range in the snow in an EV, but you do with any other car. I used to meticulously check my miles per gallon, and the range always goes down when the weather is colder. Beautiful sunset now, really lovely. And it's no big deal. You know, there's enough, if you're going on a long trip, there's enough superchargers. They probably have, on average, 50, 60 miles. There's not many places where you're 100 miles from a Tesla supercharger. So the range goes down. If you have an EV and you're towing a caravan or anything, the miles per gallon goes down, but it does with any other car. I took a caravan to France in a Vauxhall Cavalier, that shows my age, and it was about half the normal miles per gallon because I would check it. Now the story is, oh, it's terrible. Have you ever tried towing with an EV? And then you leave out the other part of the story, which was it was pretty bad towing with any vehicle. And of course, the best vehicles for towing have got terrible miles per gallon anyway. It makes me laugh when people say an EV is only any good for driving in the city. Jen and I have driven from Cornwall up to the top of Scotland to beyond John O'Groats to Orkney 5 times now, and had no problems at all. 3 Christmases ago, we drove up and it was snowing, and it was -10 as we drove through Aviemore. But it's not a problem. Yeah, you don't get quite the range, but there's plenty of superchargers all the way up to Inverness. Nothing beyond there, but it's about 120 miles to the ferry across to Orkney, so that's fine. Now, imagine being stuck in snow when you couldn't really get out of the car when it's a blizzard, and you think, well, the safest thing is to stay in the car. An electric car, you can have the heater on and be nice and toasty. You certainly can't do that with a petrol or diesel car because it could kill you. It's pollution. The beauty of the Tesla, and I suspect many other EVs, I don't know because I've not owned them, is that you don't get range anxiety because you're told exactly how much charge you'll have when you get to the next supercharger. So it's really not a problem. Let me show you. So we're going to Edinburgh, and it will tell us fairly quickly, it works it all out, that the first supercharger is at Inverness and we'll have 18%. That'll be the only charge we need to get to Edinburgh. So really, no hassle. I may stop off at Perth because I'll probably need a break by then. Really, it's not a problem. Oh, and when we get to Edinburgh, we'll have 10%. So really no need for any range anxiety. Of course, I'm sold on the Tesla. All I really know is about the Tesla. I don't know about other cars. When I first had it, or rather, I'd had the Tesla about a year. I was at a Tesla supercharger, and some people had come over, a family from GridServe, which wasn't far from the Tesla supercharger, saying, could I help them get a charge in their vehicle? They'd bought it on the day and were trying to get some charge in. And I couldn't help them at all. They had bought a Audi, and it was a lot more expensive than my Tesla. And I explained, well, all I do is go up and plug it in. There's no apps, there's no nothing. You just plug it in. It's that simple. And they were struggling, which is a shame considering they'd probably paid half as much again as I paid for my Tesla. So I don't know about other cars. I don't think I would bother blogging if the information on YouTube and generally on the media was accurate, but it's not. It's all negative, seems the most popular, and especially certain newspapers, certain publications. Tesla always get a bad rap, whatever they do, and of course Elon Musk didn't help by siding with Trump. That was a dumb thing to do, considering he's meant to be a very smart man. At the time, 4 or 5 years ago, when I was doing research before buying this, I did think about the MG. It was much cheaper, but it's definitely not anywhere as good. So I'm glad I bought the Tesla, and I'm not going back. But I love all the comments I get. I really do appreciate them. It's funny, the early comments are usually the most educated, people going into facts and details, range, that sort of thing, information, which is great. The latter ones are usually the ignorant ones. You're an evangelist and things like that. But petrol cars are going to be, petrol vehicles are going to be around a long time. And most of my life was driving petrol and diesel. And I remember the cold, frosty mornings where you put the heater on, so you've got to start the engine, and you leave there for 5 minutes, and you come out, and on a day that's not windy, it's just surrounded by pollution that's quite disgusting. And I'm so glad I've gone past those days. Petrol and diesel are going to be around a long time. I accept that for a long, long time. And especially lorries. Buses, there's a lot of great electric buses, and one place I notice is in Aberdeen, a city built on oil. there's lots of electric buses there, and they're so clean and a delight to get on. But I suppose, if anything, this video is for people who are maybe thinking of buying an electric car. I hope some of you are watching. If you are, please maybe leave a comment that you're thinking of buying one. Majority of people do comment that have electric cars anyway, or are anti and tell me everyone with an electric car is an idiot. So if you are thinking of buying an electric car, please leave a comment below. If you're thinking of buying a Tesla, there's a link that I will be at the end of the video, and it's also down in the comments, and you get a discount. And Tesla will give me a bit of a discount as well for some, I think, 650 miles, but you'll get a discount also. And so please use the link. So just pulling over now. Beautiful sunset. Thanks very much for watching today. Hope you can subscribe and like, and please leave a comment down below. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. And in the meantime, hope you drive safely. Bye for now.